Hello gorgeous, welcome back or welcome anew to Step Into Your Awesome. I'm Saskia Clements, mindset coach, mum and fierce believer in your limitless possibility. Today I want to talk about manifestation, and you may be thinking, oh my God, how do we do manifestation when the cold hard reality is the world's gone crazy, bombs are getting dropped, anxiety levels are climbing and the cost of living crisis is very real for all of us. So let's talk about manifestation and where we can sometimes go wrong around it. So I want to start by looking at a little bit of the neuroscience around manifestation and why it's not just some kind of woo-woo thing, but why it's actually neuroscience-backed and something that really deserves your attention. We have in our brain something called the Reticular Activating System, which acts like a bouncer between our subconscious mind and our conscious mind. So at any moment in time, there are 11 million bits of information in our environment. I know, crazy, right? And there's no way we could actually take all of those 11 million bits in. So the Reticular Activating System, or RAS, acts like a bouncer at a nightclub where it lets in only about 40 to 50 bits of information into your conscious brain. Now, how does it decide on which bits to let in? Well, this is the piece you're gonna want to listen up for, because it lets it in based on what we've told it is important. And that is simply by where we're placing all of our focus. Where do we tend to place our focus, right, as humans? Pretty much on what's pissing us off, or some variant of the kind. So what we don't want, what we're annoyed about, what's draining our energy, that can take up a lot of our focus. And then we just get the reticular activating system telling our brain that that's what to focus on, and we stay in that negative cycle. And you can imagine how that proliferates right now when we tune into the news, we tune into conversations happening around us, and they are all scarcity focused or fear driven. So we have to put some real intentional focus on tuning into what we want versus just tuning in on autopilot and tuning into what is going on around us. So if we tell our reticular activating system that we want particular goals, we want particular intentions, and we feel into those, then the reticular activating system is going to show up in our conscious brain from the 11 million bits of information, more of what aligns with that. Hence why we have those experiences where, oh my God, I just happened to see this ad and I'm thinking about buying or going to or doing XYZ, or I happened to bump into this person, or I happened to receive a phone call or an email, and these strange coincidences or synchronicities show up. So let's take a look at a practice that will support you with manifestation and help train the brain to move from what it is you don't want to what it is you do want. I want to take you through a model now which I find really useful when we're considering manifestation, and it's called the AWARE framework. The first A is for area. So pick the area that is either frustrating you right now or that you're wanting to enhance your results in. So it could be love, it could be money, it could be your career. Just pick your area. The W is for why. Why is this area drawing your attention? What's going on right now that's maybe frustrating you, and what is it that you'd like to feel instead? So dig into both what's happening now and what don't you want, because that's a really powerful indicator for what we do want, and drill into as well, how do you want to feel? The feeling is so important. The next A is to think about a time when you had this feeling. So A is for amplify a memory. So pick a time where that was really present for you. You either felt that love, be that love coming from someone else or self-love, or be that money and that sense of abundance, or career, feeling really purposeful and excited by your career. So whatever it happens to be, think of that time and then amplify it, feel into it. with as much intentionality and passion as you can. Then the R stands for rehearse the future. So I want you to take that experience and that feeling from the past, and I want you to mentally rehearse that as though it's coming into your future and as though you have that now. So that's the mental rehearsal, because we do know that mental rehearsal and guided visualization or imagery is extremely powerful. There's a lot of research out there around that, and it's one of the major reasons that I created my visualization sets. If you haven't come across those yet, I'll drop a link in the description so you can check those out. Really, really powerful for mental rehearsal and then us being able to step into those realities. So that's the R. And then the E is that piece that I've just touched on, which is embed with emotion. So imagining it's happening now and really feel right into it. So embed that emotion. This is a really short practice. Once you get the hang of it, you can go through all the steps quite quickly and feel into that and repeat it. It's all about repetition. We lay down new neural pathways with repetition. So I'd encourage you to do this on a regular basis versus just a one-off. Okay, so we're going to take a break from the theory now, and we're actually going to put it into practice. So let's just pause and take a deep breath in. I want you to hold that at the top for 4 and let it out for 6. Allow your shoulders to drop. And now I want you to feel into that sensation of abundance. Pick a memory where you just felt flow and plenty. Allow that to spread up from your toes, right up through your belly, up through from your hands as well, and up your arms, right up to your head, so that you're literally tingling with a sensation of abundance. And call in one word that will help you connect to this sensation. That's right, take your time, shuttle through a few different words till you land on one that speaks loudly to this feeling. Take a deep breath in. At the top of the breath, another sharp breath through the nose, and exhale. That's a very short embodiment practice that you can call on anytime you want to with just that word. You may like to go back and repeat it so that you anchor it in even more deeply, but that is a practice that I would recommend you do, and you might like to set a challenge for yourself. Do it on the daily for 21 days and let me know how it goes. What bits of abundance have you called forth, and how can you receive those joyfully? So if this is resonating for you, you might like to come and join us in the Awesome Club, which is my monthly membership community for women. We jump on board a call once a month where you get to be inspired, motivated, held to account for taking action. So this helps you on your manifestation journey. One of the beauties of community is that it keeps us going when the going gets tough, because let's be real, it's not all rainbows and unicorns. It's not like, manifest and then it all just manifests into existence tomorrow. The journey is tough at times, and so having other people to, support us in that, and also to remind us of our progress, because sometimes we can forget that. We can not remember back to how it was 3 months ago as we're looking at 3 months ahead. So the community is about doing that as well. So I think the final takeout from today's podcast is that don't give up when it gets hard. I often think of manifesting how we can be like the child gardener. So we come along and we've planted our seeds and we're watering, and we've done another day of watering, and we're 3 days in now of watering, and nothing's happened. Nothing at all has happened. And so we rip out all the dirt and the seeds to see if anything's happened, and of course it hasn't. But if we just kept watering and just kept doing our practices and believing for a little bit longer, at some point we would see those green shoots coming up. So don't be the child gardener, stick with it. It's about rewiring those neural pathways, and it's about keeping the faith. So until next time, keep stepping into your awesome.